Let's do this intro again, this time with the microphone on. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with Yakuza Kiwami 3.
Kiryu-san.
So we are continuing on with this storyline, which I get it, man. They want to get the first chunk of this storyline out to the public. I don't think I did commentary last video. I don't know, man. I've been sick. I've been busy. Whatever. I know what else is new. I've been trying to still get stuff up. Either way, not important what was happening in the past. Let's talk this storyline. I actually like this minigame. It's kind of interesting. So essentially, we go around, we do these little gang fights. You know, you have your little squad of gals who hang out with you, and you build your ranks of this girl gang. Okay, it's cool. It's very time setting appropriate and whatnot. My only issue is I just feel like this is so heavily front loaded, and maybe if it was a little shorter it would work, but to me it has just a little too much meat to it to front load in chapter 2 of this game. That's the long and short of my issue with this. It's actually a fun minigame. You know, like actually like collecting all the different members and these little fights throughout the town. I mean, those are pretty simple, but what we're going to get to later, where we actually get into the full-on gang fights, where, you know, we go and we take down a boss, excuse me, of another gang, and, you know, so we go to their hideout and we storm the place with squads and everything. Yeah. It's actually kind of cool. We'll get into it at the end of the video. But yeah, man, I don't like how they presented it in this game. Fun minigame, poor execution, at least at the start. So now you're seeing me walking around our little base, and these are all the chicks that we've saved, either through save them through fights. We'll run into them, I think, some through side stories and whatnot. So, you know, a lot of the classic sailor uniform, but with the super long skirt. So again, you know, the typical Japanese female delinquent of the time. Honestly, I like it. I mean, I also think it's a little ridiculous that Kiryu becomes the leader of a girl gang, but c'est la vie, man. Ooh, I just saw a trailer for this. I saw a trailer for this yesterday. Ryuga Gotoku has got to fucking cool it. Holy shit. These guys, they need to
Let's do this.
Cool it with all of the work they have been doing. With all the work they've been doing. Because they're apparently working on a new game right now. I didn't know this. So it kind of looks like if you mix Mafia along with Yakuza, and I know you would some people would argue, well, AJ, isn't Mafia just the Western version of the Yakuza games? I would say no, because to me, Yakuza is a lot sillier. It's a lot more over the top. Don't get me wrong, it's still got those crime drama melodramatic. It has that crime drama. I keep trying to fit the word melodramatics in there, but whatever. It definitely has its own style that separates it from what Mafia does. Mafia takes itself a little more seriously, but this new game actually kind of... I'm sure there's going to be some crazy over-the-top stuff. I mean, it's Ryuga Gotoku, but it's looking like it is not a continuation of the Yakuza series. I'm trying to remember whether it... if I can remember the title of it, I'll bring it up. But essentially, the whole point of the game is you go through like multiple generations, maybe not generations, like multiple years of time, like building this gang from the ground up. It's set in Japan during, I think, like the 1950s, going all the way to like the 1950s. So, did I say 1950s? Excuse me. I meant 1915 to to the 1950s. So, you know, you're going like pre-World War II to like past World War II. I think it looks like a really interesting title, and I'm really excited for it. Pretty much anything Ryo ga Gotoku, I'm always on board for. It's just, for the love of God, guys, can you stop releasing new shit? Because I have to play all of it, and I play things really slowly, and it makes me sad when I can't play all the new stuff.
That looks rad. Looking good.
If your question is, what the hell am I doing? I'm giving each of my squads different colors. And if your question is, why are you doing that? Because I think it would be fun. So the baddie battles are essentially where you recruit people. You can go back and redo them, because then you can get these little pin icon things that you can use to... I believe they break through the different level caps. So I think that level cap's at like 20, and then you give them this item, and they level up, and then they can keep leveling until they hit 30, and then you give them another pin. You know, like, it's one of those kind of deals. Okay, weird question to anyone. Did anyone else know that Kiryu could ride a motorcycle? Like, has anything in this franchise told us he can ride motorcycles?
Boy. Huh?
We're kind of getting into my second issue here with this storyline, and frankly, a lot of the side stories that they've been doing for a lot of the new Yakuza games, you know, with building the host club or Kiryu's real estate empire in Yakuza 0, whatever, I can't remember what they did in the first Kiwami, the second Kiwami, running the business in Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth. I actually liked that stuff. Or no, it wasn't a business running. It was that stupid resort, which I actually still also kind of liked. Or also Sujimon in Infinite Wealth had a lot of weird side missions.
Can you be
Long and short of what I'm saying here is, I like the mini games that they're implementing. Like, rarely do they make one that I'm like, ooh, I don't want to play. You know, like, I want to play this game. I want to play the little business mini game from Yakuza 7. I want to play on the little island in... And that one was okay, but mostly it was Sujimon that I fell in love with from Infinite Wealth. I loved running the host clubs in Zero. No, it was Zero and Kiwami 1 that both had the hostess clubs. I loved that stuff. I loved the business empire that you built in Yakuza 0 with Kiryu. I love these minigames. Rarely do they have one that I do not like the game itself, but the story surrounding it, I feel like the story surrounding it is sometimes a little too much. And by that, God, Kiryu, come on, we're riding into battle. Hop off the thing faster. Maybe I shouldn't have put him in white, looking at the colors of the enemy gang. See, essentially, this is the long. You know, you go through the little map here, taking territory. It kind of turns into Yakuza's version of. Oh, holy shit! What game am I thinking of? Dynasty Warriors. God, that took me a second. I like how his motorcycle just like materializes and dematerializes. Just missing all of those swings. Alright, well that guy's gonna need new teeth. Yeah, like I said, man, these minigames, super fun. It's just, there's too much talking. And I know, it's like, really, AJ, you're going to complain there's too much talking in the story that's like, yes, there is too much talking. And what I mean by there's too much talking is that there is just too much unnecessary talking. It's not that they're giving dialogue that I have an issue with. I love dialogue as much as the next guy. My problem with it is more that it's just like, okay, come on, can we get to it? I feel like we're talking too much. We're making this too much of a soap opera. Although I guess you could argue that's not really a problem with their side missions. That's something that the franchise has a problem with, as in just get to the point, guys. Excuse me. I love that move. That is my favorite knockout.
My turn.
Like I said, man, that is my favorite KO move, is that punch to the gut, that big uppercut. It's so sick.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Everyone, after me!
Oh, if anybody's gonna ask, is that one chick the lady who gave you the cell phone and all the weird stuff with the cell phone? Yes, it is. Her whole thing is like, once you get so many friends or whatever in that stupid minigame that I haven't been showing because it's really stupid. Yeah, essentially that's what it is. She gives you some phone tchotchkes and then joins her gang. That's about it. I'm really excited for what this is gonna kind of turn into in some of the later fights, when it's like, oh, we're gonna go to these rumbles, and it's gonna be, yeah, we've got like 5 squads, and we're gonna start kicking the shit out of people. I keep saying it, man. I'm gonna keep using that move, 'cause that move is just so much fun. Stop guarding, you little bitch. Should I be saying that around these gals? Either way, I did that move.
We're number one.
Yeah. One of them standing right in front of the other. You can't see him. And this is also what I'm talking about. It's just a lot of talking. I feel that they're doing too much. Essentially, I think they could do the same amount with less, or get to the same places with less. I think that's better. The better way to phrase it.
Huh?
Oh, holy shit, man. Oh, I slept terribly last night. I got up just now, took a break, got something to eat. Had to take care of something real quick. I made the mistake of sitting down, and I just conked out. Like I said, man, I slept like shit last night. Oh.
Ah.
Can someone explain to me the Japanese? Really, I guess it's kind of an Asian thing, but I thought it was more common in China because of air quality. I thought it was more common there for the like the medical, like the face masks. Like what is the reason for it? Is it a cultural thing? Is it just just because there's a bunch of people kind of all in a in a close together space that it's just it's a germ thing, or is it like a fashion thing? Like what is it? Like, that's my question. Like it's more. I guess it's more. Is it a functional purpose? Like just as simple as people just don't want to be coughed on or something like that, and while having to ride in like public transportation, which I know is big there, or is it? Like I said, more of a fashion thing, because for what she's doing, it looks more like a fashion sort of deal. It just really makes me ask the question.
よろしく。よろしくお願いします。
Although, if we're gonna let these guys in, I mean, can we even consider ourselves a gal gang anymore? I mean, now we're just a biker gang. Or Japanese biker gang. Little different than what they are here, but... And by here, I mean America.
Huh?
God damn, I just had a buddy text me, because he finally took my advice to play Shin Megami Tensei 5. Which, first off, that was a good game. A really good game. I still need to play Vengeance. I need to play the it's really hard to call it, because it's not a remake. It's just, they included an alternate path. It's kind of like a DLC and a remake, kind of like in one. Whatever. But I've been telling a buddy of mine to really get into that and Persona and all like the Atlas RPGs. So he's playing SMT, and he just sent me like a picture of of his TV. Oh god damn it, man! The school uniform that the guy wears, like that the kids wear at that school is so fucking extra, and I love it. Dog Boy. Sometimes when they're creating the bosses for these little mini games or extra games or whatever for the series, I feel like sometimes they just hit randomizer on a character creator. Though I will give them this, I like a lot of the costumes. I like the outfits. Like these guys, I really love that. I love the white with the blue. It's really sick. The chick, I really love the flower design on it. The other guys I think is really bland, but not awful. I guess female characters usually end up coming out to look a lot more like, ooh, hey, here's a character we actually designed. But again, all the male characters, it's like, hey, here's a guy that we just hit randomize on. You went, yeah, it's good. And I know, I always go into it, and I always bitch, moan, and complain about this. I really think this should have been voice acted. I think a lot of this should have been voice acted. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't work. Or not doesn't work. That's not the right word. If you're gonna have these super long, if you're gonna take all of this time, even if you don't want to voice act the entire storyline because it's optional, voice line these bits, because these bits are actually part of the main storyline. You have to complete these to advance. It's just because it's just almost an hour of nothing, of no dialogue. It's all just written dialogue. Like, I feel like I'm playing a Zelda game. And I know some people would say, AJ, that's not a bad thing. Zelda games kick ass. And I know they do. But having to read everything in a Zelda game kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
And if your question is, why does it piss you off, AJ? It's not because I can't read. It's because I'm so busy looking at the subtitles, I'm not looking at everything else. It's why I don't like to watch subbed anime, When I watch anime, I watch dubs. If there's a dub, I'll watch it. I don't care if it's shitty. I will generally always watch a dub over a sub, and I get people who get mad at me for that, but it's because I want to, like, when Attack on Titan first came out, I couldn't watch it. You know, I saw an episode or two, and I'm like, it's good. I have to wait for the dub, because I want to look at all the crazy shit that's going on screen and not be focused on the bottom third. So I like this upgrade system that we're going to do. You know, you kind of invest money in their outfits and everything. It really, essentially, I think it just gives, like, general health buffs when you're doing things with the gang. But all in all, they also just look cooler.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've already recruited that many. Yeah, dude, it's getting late. You went on a whole ass road trip. And there's fucking more!
Yeah. Yep.
What the hell?
I just want it on record if anybody's going to ask, AJ, how come you're not saying anything? Because it's what I keep, it's what I've been saying. Holy shit, this doesn't this whole thing could be much shorter. Just saying.
Oi!
I forgot there was more.
Oi!
They should not have had this part right here. They should just end it after that gym with all the ones knocked out. Don't have us figuring this out. It's like I said, it's just so much. I'm trying not to just repeat myself, but it's just every scene, it is the same effing problem. This just goes on way too long.
All right.
Okay, we are done. You know, now that I think about it, I'll maybe give them a slight pass because maybe,
Let's do this.
maybe, just maybe, they didn't, or we got that extra little bit with the other gang because I had already recruited so many characters. Maybe that's what's going on with that. Maybe that's why it went on a little extra. I still think it was overly long.
Let's do this.
So there you go. You can even see on his uniform. You know, we've got some new embroidery. I think it looks cool. But I do believe, everyone, we are getting to the end here. Okay. Okay. we can, yeah, we can look into that in a later video. I've spent way too long in this chapter. That was a really abrupt cut. But, either way, guys, I think this is where we are going to call it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, social media in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, guys,
Welcome back,
I'm out.
Kaz.
Haruka. Don't tell me you were waiting for me all this time.
Oh, I was just about to go to bed. So, how did things go?
Went well enough. I said everything that needed to be said. All we can do now is wait for their response.
Alright. I hope everything turns out okay.
Don't worry. As long as I'm around, I won't let anyone mess with Morning Glory. I promise you that. Now come on, it's late. Go get some shut-eye, Haruka.
Okay.